Alright, you guys, welcome back. We have episode 3 of Game of Thrones season 7, The Queen's Justice. Alright, I'm late uploading this, forgive me, but I'm going to make this quick. So, we're just going to discuss, obviously, the highlights, which is Dany meeting Jon for the first time. I mean, what can be said that hasn't already been said about this meeting? Because it's a horrible meeting. Horrible. Dany is feeling herself way too much, and it's like this weird little contrast between them. The person who believes they deserve the title to be the ruler of the seven, you know, kingdoms, and then the person who didn't want anything to do with being a leader, but he's the man for the job. So it's kind of like it makes you think: is Dany is the person for the job because she feels she's rightful heir to the throne. That's at least what I was gathering from this. But it was good to see Tyrion and Jon reunite. That was good. Their relationship seems intact. It just sucks because he is the hand for someone who is becoming increasingly. It's nothing wrong with having confidence, but she's a little too confident. Like you're still fairly new to the game. You need to calm down because Cersei is not going to play fair at all. That woman is crazy. And I'm waiting to see what will happen when she finds out, a little bit more about more of her fleet being taken out by Euron. God, I don't hate Euron, but how is he moving so fast? How are you there so quick? This Game of Thrones time traveling thing has got to stop. It has to stop. Alright, so aside from their meeting, which was a disaster, he's reiterating it won't matter who wins because there's something much bigger going on here that we all need to realize, come together with or about. Because we're all gonna die. It doesn't matter. We're all gonna effing die if you don't listen to me. Let me have that dragon glass. I mean, towards the end of the episode, she lets him have the dragon glass, but it's just like a fight to get her to listen to reason. The only reason that she was willing to listen to was her own. Excuse you. Was her own reason. And it was just like, girl, calm down. Okay? Calm yourself. There's something going on here that needs immediate attention. Who cares about Cersei? I mean, in the greater scheme of things, obviously, but right, I can understand from her point of view, Cersei needs to go because she does. Let's talk about Sansa really quickly and Littlefinger, and what he said was pretty good advice. Like, think of every outcome so that way you won't be surprised. Fight the war everywhere in your mind. And okay, I'll give him that. Give him that. But other than that, like, he's such a creep. And then the reunion with Bran and Sansa was a little bittersweet, and everyone was like, "Why is he so emotional?" Because he is the three-eyed raven. He essentially is processing a lot in his mind, and it's a lot to go through. He's got a whole bunch downloaded in there, so in a way, he's kind of like a computer. So, like, his emotions are not going to be in check like that. He's going to be very emotionless. Get away. Ouch! So you want to ruin mommy's video? Downloaded quite a bit information. And I am starting to believe that Bran really is Bran throughout the whole history of Westeros. That might be considered a spoiler, but I believe Bran wasn't trying to be malicious in saying what he said about how Sansa looks beautiful in her white dress, but I'm pretty sure he could also see what happened after, on that wedding night. So I don't think he was being malicious, but I do think there's a reason why he said it, other than for her to like freak out and all that good stuff. But hopefully Sansa doesn't betray Jon. There are a lot of people who say that she will betray Jon. I'm hoping she'll make it seem like she will. If anything, I think she'll probably start some sort of coup, with the other Northern Lords, and perhaps will kind of keep undermining Jon as she's been doing. That's what she's good at so far. Obviously, Euron's got Yara and Ilaria and Tyene. Cersei's getting her little revenge. And Euron's still poking at Jaime, and it's hilarious. Even though I get mad, I would get mad too if I was Jaime. Like, the look on her face was just like, I hate this guy. Like, and then the fingers and the bone and all that. That was gross. So he gets on my nerves, but it's funny. It's funny to see him mess with Jaime a little bit, poke fun at him. I'm sure Jaime's gonna come to a hilt and be like, "Look, better fucking leave me alone. I will impale your ass with this sword." I'm pretty sure we're all sure that Euron is very self-serving. He's only doing this stuff to get what he wants. Get what he wants out of whatever he's doing. I wonder if he's just trying to get that throne too. Like, what is so good about this damn throne? Like, I'm starting to hate that damn Iron Throne a lot. Everybody wants to be in power, but then once they're in power, it's a totally different story. Nothing good comes from being on the throne. Nothing. It either kills you, you're just dying sitting on that shit. Cersei, poisons Tyene the same way that Ilaria poisoned Marcella. And, as a mother, I could see Cersei's emotions being very justified, especially when she was just like, why did you take her from me? And I was just like, oh, I don't like you, but I completely understand. Like, if that happened to me, I would want to kill everyone too. But Cersei's been wanting to kill everyone. She's been wanting to take over and kill people. That's just who she is. That's what she likes to do. But with this, I can completely relate. I think Cersei made a mistake leaving Ilaria alive. Probably shouldn't have done that, in my honest opinion. But maybe that will come back to bite her in the ass, because we all know Cersei likes to make these decisions that are great in the moment, but later on she pays for this decision heavily. Like with everything else that she's done, she pays for it. And I wonder how this is going to pan out, because we know she's not too smart. And then we have our lovely Sam with Maester. I forget his name. Ebros or someone. With the Maester, the Archmaester, and he's just looking over Jorah like, oh wow, what a miracle. Oh, it happened overnight. It's great. It's a miracle. Can I leave now? And he was like, wow, how did you do it, Sam? And Sam was just like, I followed the instructions, and I used the ointment, and it worked. And so I think at first we all thought that they were going to kick Sam out, but no, he didn't. He was like, good job. You did a great job. You saved that man's life when I was just going to tell him to be on about his business, and you saved his life. So good on you, sir, but now you got to get to these scrolls. He's like, oh, you thought you was going to get a reward. This is your reward. Your reward is not being kicked out and getting to these scrolls. So hop to it. I know Sam was like, oh, well, okay, at least I didn't get kicked out. So I'm glad he didn't get kicked out. And I hope he finds something very meaningful in these old-ass scrolls that are falling apart. Besides, that short-ass fucking taking of Casterly Rock. That was a very short, thrown together with a narrator type of situation. And they still ended up on the bottom because here comes Jaime and Bronn and the Lannister army and Highgarden. Oh, that Lady Olenna. Lovely Lady Olenna. We're gonna miss her so much. She took her own death into her hand and dealt the mightiest blow at the end. And I loved how she was very quick with her quips. with Jamie and just telling him Jamie was like, I learned from my mistakes. You know, you must be very smart. A wise man learns from his mistakes. Whatever. You must be very smart. And she's like, well, I'm not going to be learning from any of my mistakes right now. You know, your sister's a fucking monster. You know it. You know she's a monster. And you are drowning. You are lost in it. Like somebody commented, you should never put your D in the crazy. Don't put your D in crazy. Ever. It's not a good idea. You will never come out on top of that. The crazy will take over and consume you. And that's what's happening with Jamie. And Lady Olenna called it. Like, it's too far gone now. Like, you're steeped in Cersei's madness. So he's just kind of like, whatever, here's this poison. You should probably take it. Because, you know, Cersei had other plans for you, but, you know, you're gonna get off easy with this little poison here. Will it hurt? No. Good. And then he puts it in the, like, wine, I guess, and she guzzles that shit. And right after she drinks it, she's talking about Joffrey how much of a little cunt he was. Like, yeah, he was a little cunt. And Jamie says just like, don't talk about my son, but, you know, it's true. Don't say such evil things. So she's just talking shit. She was like, I'm glad I won't die like your son, just clawing at my neck. Turn all purple and shit. And she goes on to explain how she's the one that did it. And she's like, let Cersei know. I killed your little bitch ass of a son. I like them apples. I thought Jamie was gonna stick her ass, but he didn't. I mean, what else could you do? And then I want him to slowly come to the realization, like, this woman killed our son, and we blame Tyrion for it. We was gonna let Tyrion die for something he didn't do. We almost killed my brother. I want him to come to that realization. That would, I don't think it would be the nail in the coffin for him and Cersei. I wonder if he's even gonna tell Cersei that, like, we almost killed our brother, because Cersei's not gonna care. She's like, oh well. I know we never liked Tyrion anyway. Well, actually, I never liked Tyrion. I'm sure Cersei knew that Jamie had a soft spot for Tyrion. You know, that's his brother. But Cersei's not gonna care either. Like, who cares if you would have died? Good. Be gone. Be rid of you. But that had consequences because you almost killed him, and he ended up killing the guy's father because of that. So, like I said, it's just one of those decisions that keeps backfiring on Cersei. So I wonder how we're going to deal with that in the next episode. If he even tells her. He's good for being soft on her and all her whims and fancies. And them having sex. And then Cersei just opening the door like that. Like, oh, it's all fair play. Everybody knows I'm screwing him anyway, so why not just confirm it? Like, you should have just left that alone. Everything that Cersei has done is going to unravel around her. It's gonna come undone, all of it. So I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen. I believe Arya is going to be making it to Winterfell. She's gonna be there next episode. I can't wait for that reunion as well. I'm sure Bran is still gonna be like, oh, hello. Hi. Okay. He's not gonna have any emotion. People should not get their hopes up about Bran being full of emotion. Just, let's be done with that right now. Alright, so I'm gonna get out here. This was long enough. And I will see you guys in the next episode. And you have a great day. And I'll see you later.